I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Haley, Landon, Maisie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi guys, I am here for Twin Tuesday, and we have Noah again, and he is going to be twinning with his cousin Shaun. And so I'm going to take him out of his dinosaur onesie that they were matching last week, and this week they're going to be wearing this white and blue striped romper. And it has this cute car. It's like an orange car in the corner that has an adorable llama sticking its head out of the window, and it says beep beep. And as you saw from my haul, I purchased one for Nicole as well as a welcome gift to her new nephew, or to her new baby, which is my new nephew, Shaun. And she has already received her package from me, and I'm sure that she will probably share that with you at some point. But since she received it, and I know that she has this romper, we're doing this romper this week for Twin Tuesday. And I'm actually filming this on time for once, because I'm filming this on Monday to go up on Tuesday. It'll actually go up on time this week because I got home early today from work, because I was originally supposed to work 9 to 4, but the family that I work for, the mom has, I'm not going to go into really any detail, but anyways, basically the mom has to be induced today. So the new baby is on the way. And so while I was giving Jay his lunch, the dad came down to tell me that they received the call that they will have to head to the hospital in about 3 hours, I believe, 2 or 3 hours. And so while mom and dad are at the hospital, Jay is going to stay with a friend of the family's. So they figured, instead of having me put him down for his nap at the house, and then they would be sort of like rushing from there to get him to the friend's house and then to head off to the hospital, they figured it's best that they just take him to the friend's house before nap, and then that way they can kind of stick around at the house for a bit with Jay, just to make sure that Jay is you know, feeling a bit more comfortable, because it is going to be a new environment. And then you know, they'll put him down for his nap there, kind of thing. So I got home early today, and I thought, well, I might as well go ahead and film this video so that I can actually get it out on time for once. Because lately, if I have the chance, I'll film on Sunday, and then, but then sometimes I won't even get a chance to edit until Tuesday morning. And then it has to upload, and uploading here takes forever. It just takes forever. A 30-minute video takes like 3 hours to upload. It's nuts. So anyway, I thought I would go ahead and do this and get it out in time for once. But yeah, most of the time I'm filming the Tuesday videos on like Tuesday morning. Then I have to edit it, and then I have to upload it. So that's why it's been so late most of the time. So anyways, there's Noah, and just wanted to share some news with you guys. So I have some sad news, but I also have some good news. So the sad news is, if you saw, I forget which video it was, but there was a video recently where I was talking about my job and how it might be coming to an end, but I was sort of holding out hope that it wouldn't. Unfortunately, it is coming to an end. I don't know if I had gone into the details in the last video, but basically what happened was I was hired, and it was supposed to be long-term. And I figured it would be long-term since they're having a second baby. But what I didn't know is that the parents had Jay on a wait list for this daycare. I guess that, like, if he could get into this daycare, he has a greater chance at getting into this particular school that they want him to get into, like when he starts kindergarten. So the list was super, super long, like over 200 people on the list. So they put him on the list early, and they just assumed it would be a couple of years before anything came up. Well, then COVID happened, and so I guess a lot of parents started pulling the kids off the list because they didn't want to put their kids in daycare and stuff. And so the family was contacted by the daycare saying, hey, we have a spot, would you like to take it? Jay's mom was like wrestling with the idea because she's like, you know, we ultimately don't want to lose our chance at getting him into this school, but we also really love you. Jay really loves you. Like, we don't really want to lose you, but we're just sort of like leaning towards putting him into the daycare, because we want him to get into the school, plus like the socialization and everything. So they had finally told me that they put the paperwork in, but that they understood it was first come, first serve. So there was always that chance that he wouldn't get in. And I was kind of holding out hope that he wouldn't, just in the fact that, you know, they didn't put the papers in right the same day that they were contacted. But unfortunately, I was notified on Thursday that he was accepted in. So my final day will be September 4th, unfortunately. I'm super bummed out about it. They're bummed out about it. Like, all around, all of us are bummed out about it. And, you know, mom is also very concerned because it's a lot of changes at once, you know, like new baby being born, and then me leaving, and then Jay starting daycare. It's like a lot of changes at once. And I can understand, like, you know, her concerns with the whole matter. But it is what it is. I'm hoping to be able to stay in touch with them and maybe do like occasional babysitting, like if they want to go on a date night or something, just so that I could keep in touch with them. I think really for me, I'm just sad. You know, my first thought was like panic, because now I have to try and find another job, and like with all Riley's like vet bills and medications and everything, I'm like, how are we going to pay for all of this? Because Alex's hours at work are still cut down. And I'm just going to turn off the TV here because it's giving a weird glare. Sorry, guys. So my whole thing was like, you know, affording stuff, but then overall, my overall feeling more so is just disappointment in that I was really loving this position. I was really, really loving every single thing about it. As a nanny, I've been a nanny for a long time now. Like, my first nanny job was in 2009. I've been basically doing nanny work since then, so over 10 years. And I've had wonderful families that I've worked with, and then I've had like nightmare stories that I'm like, oh Lord. So it's always nerve-wracking trying to find a new family, because you need to be able to mesh well with them. You know, it's always nice if the parents have the same views as you in terms of like childcare and like discipline and all that stuff, and like how they want, like kind of their house rules are similar to like the kind of rules and boundaries that you set out for children. So it's really it's a very different kind of profession because it's a very personal profession because you're working in someone's home. So you need to be able to get along well, feel comfortable around each other, and have, similar views on things so that you're not like butting heads at all. There's so many things that go into it to make it a good partnership, as well as, of course, some families are not willing to do tax deductions, and I just won't work for any family that will not do tax deductions because I want to do everything by the books. And, some families are like, no, we're not doing that. You can be an independent employee. And I'm like, no, nannies are not independent employees. Like, that is in writing. Like, everywhere you look on the internet says nannies are not independent employees. And there's just, there's things like guaranteed hours. Some families are not comfortable with guaranteed hours, but guaranteed hours are like a must in the nanny industry. Otherwise you get really screwed over. So, it's trying to make sure that you find something that totally aligns with your, the standards that you hold yourself to as a nanny. So, yeah, and then also trying to find a family that's willing to pay your rate. There's so many factors. So it's always stressful when I have to start looking for a new nanny position. With that said, a couple of days before I even found out about any of this stuff with the daycare, I had no idea that someone had messaged me on the nannying website that I find jobs on, because I hadn't obviously logged into my nanny account since I got hired by Jay's family. And so it just so happened that when I first caught wind that I might be losing my job, I logged into Canadian Nanny just to kind of get an idea of what types of jobs were available, and just, looking around, not looking to apply yet because I wasn't really 100% sure if I needed to apply, or if I was going to stay with Jay's family, right? So anyways, I log in and lo and behold, there's like a message there from this one lady, and she had messaged me 3 days before that, and I was like, okay, that's kind of like crazy. That's weird. She would have had to have, because I believe the way Canadian Nanny works is once you log in, your profile gets bumped up. So if I hadn't have logged in, that means she was looking through every single, like even the old nanny profiles. So, and she found me somehow. And then since I had then logged on, I was contacted by 2 other families, and one I could just tell from the hours and the description, and as well as their location, it was not a match for me. So that one I didn't proceed with, but the other 2 sounded like possibilities. But I basically had to explain to them the situation I was currently in, and I'm like, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be available to work for you or not. I may still be staying with my current family, but I just don't know. So, anyways, basically all that to say, I did have 2 interviews on Saturday. And then the very next day, the one that I was leaning toward actually contacted me and offered me the position. So that's the good news, is that I have something lined up. So I won't, I'm assuming, they haven't said my start date yet, but I'm assuming it'll be probably like my last day at my current job is on a Friday. So I'm hoping that the other one will start like the following week. So anyways, that's my news, and here's Noah. And he is looking pretty snazzy in his llama romper. And definitely go in the description of this video. There will be a link to Nicole's Twin Tuesday video, and you can see her new baby Shaun. Shaun is the Maddie sculpt by Bonnie Brown, and yeah, so he is absolutely adorable. He is also painted by the same artist as Noah was painted, and she's a phenomenal artist. So head over to Nicole's channel, My Reality with Nicole, and see the babies matching. They're so cute. I hope you can see the romper just fine. And there he is. Oh, there we go. Now you can see his face better. So let's do a little zoom in. There we go. So you can see the llama's face. For some reason I was about to say donkey, but it's definitely a llama. The neck is far too long to be a donkey. But yeah, there they are. He's going to hang out in his bare feet because it is still pretty hot here, but it is going to cool down this week, and I think it's cooling down like this evening, which I really like, because then that way we can open the windows for some fresh air. And Riley quite likes that too, because that means that we don't have the fan on at night and he can sleep with us. And speaking of Riley, just a really quick Riley update before I go. Riley has gained some weight. We started him on an appetite stimulant last week, and we found out that he really prefers pate textured food, and so we went out and got a few different ones to try, and also, oh, one of you guys suggested the the baby food meats, like the chicken, beef, or whatever. So I bought a chicken and broth, a beef and broth one, and Riley absolutely loved those. Like, he literally devoured them in one sitting. So yeah, so he has now gained some weight, so that's good. He's gained about ½ a pound, so I'm happy about that. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing Noah, and like I said, definitely head over to Nicole's channel to see Shaun in the matching outfit, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys!